Hello everyone and welcome. Oh my god, my camera's in an awful position. Wait a second, there we go. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of Memoria Mortis. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's doing fine. I don't know why I asked. You can't answer if you're on YouTube.
Hi.
Well, hi there, honey. Hello, welcome in everybody. Before we begin today's episode, I would just like to remind you that all previous episodes are currently up on YouTube, so episode 1 and episode 2, and you get to watch them over there. Before we do begin, I would also like to remind you that this is a single player campaign with a focus on helping people learn a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. So if there are any questions that you have in the middle of the session, go ahead and use the channel point reward on Twitch and ask away those questions. And if you're on YouTube, you can just ask them in the comments and we will answer. And we can even answer them on the next session if you would like that. But yeah, there's a channel point reward called Ask a Question or something. You use that and the question is saved and we can answer it towards the end on the Q&A session that we do at the end of each episode. Also, aside from Memoria Mortis on YouTube, we also have Requiem, our other D&D campaign, where Mizzy plays a different character and a much higher level character, and you guys get to watch that on YouTube as well. We have currently reached 1,300 views on episode 1. So if you guys enjoy D&D and you want something a little bit more, high level, a little bit different, and more just really, I guess, developed than Memoria Mortis, you can enjoy it there. All right. So I think that concludes what I want to talk about. Is there anything you want to talk about, honey?
No. Hi.
Hi. Okay, then let's give a quick little recap of what happened on the previous episode while Mizzy wastes all her good rolls on nothing.
I just rolled a 1, so.
Yeah, that was probably a good roll. Anyway, so quick little recap of what happened in the previous episode. Gael, after suffering the terrible loss of her grandfather, decided to join the army of His Majesty the King, the army of her Skellen, the army of the righteous flame. By joining this army, Gael managed to learn a few things about her attackers, or about the attackers. They were soldiers of the Soul Empire, the empire that resides in the sun-scarred desert to the south of her Skellen. Besides that, these soldiers were enhanced in some way or were different. They were not human. They had special capabilities, and by analyzing their bodies, she noticed this darkness around their hearts. She noticed scales around their fingers and knuckles, and 2 growths on their back. Also, when in contact with light, they would lose all of their muscle mass, almost as if it was dependent on being hidden by something or covered or in the shadows. After that, she said goodbye to all of her friends and joined the army as they marched back to Fort Flameshield, which is one of the first lines of defense on this side of the border with the Soul Empire. On the first night, camping with the army, Gael messed up a little, used some magic on one of the soldiers. They didn't really like being almost mind-controlled by her, but more than managed to fix those issues and gave her a new mission. One that she would have to participate in with Godwyn Blackwood, the son of the less than pleasant Baron of Sorenshire, her hometown. And so she joined Godwyn Blackwood on this mission. This mission would be a scouting mission, but also a separate force that was supposed to chase all of those that were left from the attack, giving Gael a chance at revenge if she so wishes, but also helping the Herskeli army to learn more about their enemies. On her travels, sadly, on one of the nights, Gael and the Godwin and the scout that was with them were attacked by a group of bandits. Although Godwin was wounded gravely, Gael dispatched the remaining bandits and mercilessly killed one of them as they crawled away trying to run. And it is there that we pick up from last episode. Gael, you were just coming back to Godwin and to the other scout, which I believe his name was Vince or something. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was
Vince
Rory. Probably, yeah, there you go. So you return to him as Godwin is kind of standing up from his wounds, pulling out crossbow bolts out of his abdomen. And as you return, he goes, "That was a great job, Gael."
Thank you. I kinda left my sorry. My sight down for a moment.
Godwin kind of sits down as the scout goes, "Oh, excuse me, my lord, allow me," and begins bandaging him. And he goes,
My guard down.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
There you go. Well, you said that this was gonna be better than last week, but we're already off to a great start.
Yes.
And Godwin goes, It's fine. I believe these bandits were well hidden. If even I wouldn't, I don't think even I would have noticed them. You have proven your loyalty to the army and the Blackwoods by protecting me and protecting Vince here.
Well, of course, it's my job now, so
Yes.
we should get some rest.
Probably we should. It seems I underestimated you, Gael. I thought you for just a farmer girl. But maybe I was wrong.
I was, but these kind of circumstances require a little bit more of me, so I try to be on my best.
Vince goes, "Oh, I'll take the next watch. I've not been wounded."
Oh, I have. I should get some sleep.
All right. And you see him kind of climb up one of the trees here and plop down there and look around into the night.
I hope your eyesight is better than mine.
Oh, I hope so too. But I think that whatever would be stalking us after seeing that show of violence won't do so.
Probably.
And he's now on the lookout. All right, you go to sleep. You may mark off a long rest.
Yay.
Gael. However, during your sleep, you relive moments. You were wounded in this encounter. This is not the sneeze you're looking for. You were wounded in this encounter, and you begin seeing flashes of the fires at home again. Your grandfather dying on your hands. Then the fires of your house combine with flames from an explosion from a battlefield that you had not seen before other than in your dreams. Then, with the bloody and tear-covered face of the bandit that you murdered as they were begging you for mercy, you ponder back to how you're able, how are you capable of doing these things? How are you navigating this? How are you fighting? And in these dreams, it's not a farmer girl fighting. It feels like something takes over you. It feels like your instincts are more than just self-defense. This is the second time that you fought recently. Second time where you had to actually protect your life and that of others. And although you would like to convince yourself that that was your skill, that was your own natural ability of overcoming terrible circumstances, it feels like something else takes control of you, and you're not sure if it is you. But whatever it is, it allows you to do incredible things.
Okay.
And so, after a night of strange dreams, of waking up sweating and thinking about what it is you're doing, and now processing the people that you have killed, you have ended lives. There is this heaviness to you now that you carry with you for the rest of this next day. And so I'm going to need you, since this is going to be the last day of travel, I'm going to need you to roll another d6 for me, please.
A 2.
A 2. Can you please roll a d4 for me now?
A 2.
A 2. All right. So, as you as you walk or you ride in the savannah with your horses and with Godwin and Vince, it is a pretty good day. Not a cloud in the sky. It's getting hot, really hot, the more you approach the desert. But at around noon, you find, or you sense, you smell this stench of corpse, of rotting. And as you kind of look off to the side, you see a corpse of something, a creature about 75 feet away from you.
Shit. Godwin, what is that?
Let me see if he sees it. That seems like a dead lion. You wanna go check it out, Gael?
I don't know.
I want you to. Go over and check.
Shit. Okay. I'll go. Carefully.
You move carefully towards the corpse, and it is full of flies, and you notice something. There's immediately here in in this region, there are vultures and other necrophages around this place, but none are on near this corpse. There's only flies and the stench of death. There are no hyenas, no vultures, nothing. And as you approach it, you see that the corpse of the lion is mangled. The bones are crushed. The entire gut is open, and the back legs are like broken completely. They're just the bone is just upside out of the skin, twisted in an unnatural way. But however, the face or the head of the lion remains kind of intact. It has some scratch marks, but it seems like the main damage was done to its back.
Can I know, or can I guess whatever killed this creature?
Yeah,
if it was big, smaller than it.
Make a nature check for me.
Nature. 7.
It definitely is bigger. You see bite marks on its hind legs that are bigger than the lion's head. You see claw marks as well on the sides of the body. But on a 7, you don't know what caused this. However, if there is any piece of the lion that you wish to harvest to take with you, you may.
It's just a lion, right?
It's just a lion.
Do I know if it's worth anything? Like a tooth?
A tooth probably less, but you know, the lion's mane and some of its fur, you can harvest it to adorn armors or cloaks, or it probably fetches a decent price. You know, lions are symbols of nobility and royalty, so.
Okay, I'll try to just remove the mane.
All right, give me a dexterity check for me then.
Dexterity.
Just straight dex.
7.
Well, that is concerning. You managed to remove some of the mane, but it takes you a little bit of time, and you find that that's probably like 20 gold's worth.
Woo!
Where you could have probably gotten around like 75 of it properly removed, but you still managed to. You damaged a lot of it in the process, but you got a good chunk that you can carry with you.
What about the rest of the fur, like in the back, or
the fur in the back is like the back of its body is damaged, like from the halfway point back, the body is just completely mangled and destroyed. If you want to take some of the leather on a 7, you probably won't be able to get much.
Can I roll again for the fur?
No.
Okay.
But you managed to get a good chunk of the lion's mane still.
No.
All right. Are you ready
Yes.
to go back? Right, you go back to Godwin. Godwin, or actually Vince goes, "Oh, you managed to remove some of the lion's mane?"
Well, yeah, there was nothing more to remove, so.
Was it? What killed it? Did you manage to
Something big.
Oh, right. I would assume it's probably a savanna manticore.
What is that?
That's... Picture a lion, but with a scorpion tail, a smaller mane, and much bigger. Just very muscular creature. Probably some of the most dangerous predators here in the savannah, and if there's one hunting nearby, we should probably move.
Well, yeah, that's an aberration. I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a sight. If you've never seen one, if you see one hunting, it's nature can be quite magnificent. All right.
I hope I never experience the magnificence
well,
of nature.
I hope so too, young Gael. All right, let's move. And Vince kind of leads the next leg of the journey.
Me?
No, Vince does.
You said Gael.
I meant Vince. If I said Gael, I meant Vince. I think I said Vince. One of us is going insane. One of us is going insane.
I think you said Gael, but okay.
We can check the VOD after. But one of us has been going insane because this is not this has been happening a lot.
Okay.
All right. So, you towards the end of the afternoon as the sun it's not setting yet, but it's pretty close to setting. You you finally reach the desert, the edges of the desert. All right. After you've pushed through the savannah and you've reached these sandier parts, you see this kind of rocky hill ahead of you, and both Vince and Godwin stop, halt their horses, and drop off. And Godwin goes, "Probably best if we go by foot. We're starting to get into, well, possible enemy territory."
You're the expert here.
You begin moving, and as they kind of get almost to the top of this kind of rocky, dark brown ridge that crowns the top of the hill, they both kind of duck down and begin climbing up above, or climbing to the top of it to overlook the desert ahead. He points, or Godwin points at a location, not making any sound. I need you to roll a perception check for me, please. Jesus, I just threw a dice all the way to the ground. Not gonna get it. Yeah.
Oh my god, natural one.
Natural one. All right. You can I give you advantage on this because Vince is helping you? I guess I can give you advantage. Go ahead.
9.
All right. As he points towards a location, you see from a certain point of view, from your initial point of view, it's just a vast expanse of sand with like the occasional rocky formation, and there is one such rocky formation that you notice. And Vince kind of points it or kind of tries to direct your vision and your angle, and as he does, you notice that from a certain angle you can see an opening, like the black of darkness, let's say, on one of these rocky formations, as tents that are kind of camouflaging that entrance are kind of placed around it, but just at the right angle you can see in between or above those tents, and see that there's an entrance behind it to, you know, what would be some sort of cavern or such. But it definitely looks like an encampment from the tents. And Vince goes,
"Oh, we found the tents. I think that was the mission, right? We don't have to go inside. We found them. We can go and report back."
And Godwin goes, "Oh, we've got nothing to fear, soldier. Miss Gael here has killed one of these individuals. I'm sure that she can find out more about the nature of this encampment. Don't you think, Miss Gael?"
You know, I had help from you too. I didn't kill one by myself.
I mean the one you've killed back in town.
Oh, true. I almost died.
Right. Well, I am still wounded, and you're the one with a lot to prove, so I'd say you go take a look.
Me? A lot to prove? I have nothing to prove.
Oh, you do. You do. Now go ahead, Miss Gael. Go down there.
No. Ladies first.
Exactly. Go down there. This is an order.
Fine.
Vince grabs your shoulder and he goes, "Oh,
I'll be watching from here. If anything happens, you just run towards us, and I'll try to cover you."
Thank you.
And he places into your hand a potion of healing
Woohoo!
that you can add into your inventory. All right. Are you going towards the camp then?
Yeah, sneakily.
All right. The camp is about away from where you are. It's about like almost 1,000 feet away, maybe more than that. I'm gonna need you to roll a stealth check for me, please.
The natural 20! Finally. For a total of 28.
Hell yeah! All right, so you slide down this hill, making as the least noise you can, and trying to avoid a lot of sand dropping with you. You kind of cover your cloak and yourself with that sand, trying to camouflage a little bit. There are still some patches of bush that you can try to use to hide and mask your movement. But eventually, you reach these tents. You see that they are kind of like they are pulled all the way to the ground. And they are surrounding, as you're still at the edge of the tents, not moving inside of the area that they encircle. You can now see the rocky cave entrance, and it is even from this perspective. If you stay behind, a few 20-30 feet behind the tents and look at that cave, you can only see like rock patterns that are painted on the tents. But you are at the edge of what seem to be 4 tents that surround this cavern entrance. What do you do?
I try to reach one of them. They're tents, right? So
yeah.
Even if I try to go through the fabric, from the side, I can enter from below, right?
Yeah, you can try to.
Are they?
They are hammered into the sand and into the like thicker pieces of or patches of earth here. But you can try and pull one up and go inside if you want.
Okay, I'll try to hear if there's someone inside, like movement or breathing.
All right, roll a perception check for me.
6.
You don't hear any movement nor breathing.
I don't know if these tents are just to... fuck it. I'll try to just take a peek first.
All right, you pull the tent and you take a peek. All right, since you've pulled it, immediately after you pull the tent, you see a wire right in front of your face, and it's just an inch away from your nose. But since you were careful, that's the first thing you've noticed, and you kind of trace the wire, and you see that the wire is connected to these little bells that are placed around kind of the edges of the tent.
Okay, and do I see the interior of the tent? Do I see anyone?
You don't see anyone, but you see some crates immediately kind of like next to you, and you can peek out at what it might be a table, but you know, from under here, the crates are kind of covering most of the view.
Okay. Can I check if any other of the sides are less covered? So I can peek from there?
Sure. You go into the other sides and you peek and you see a table. There is equipment spread around. You see like a short bow, you see a crossbow with some bolts and arrows. There are dead meerkats that are kind of hanging from these drying stands. There are furs, water, and food.
Okay, and from where I'm looking right now,
Yeah.
There's the wire still?
Yeah.
The wire is
yeah,
all around the tent?
The wire's all around this tent, yeah.
Okay. I'll try to see the tent next to it.
All right.
Doing the same.
You pull...
Peeking.
You peek, there's the same wire. You're kind of toying with danger here. But you see a similar sight to what you saw in the other one. There are bedrolls, seems like a lot of hunting equipment.
Gael is just thinking, what am I trying to do here? What do I have to prove? Fuck's sake. I'm going to get killed! Okay. I'll try to go to the entrance of the cavern.
Alright.
But, like, sneakily and trying to see if I see someone.
Got it. I'm gonna keep this, actually, no, I can't. I'm gonna have you roll another stealth check for me, please.
It was 8. To 26.
Alright. So, as you try to go to the cabin, like the tents are pretty tightly close to each other. You think that if you are to move in between them, you might accidentally touch the wires that are surrounding them. So either you find a way to overcome these wires, go over them, or whatever it is, or it's you're gonna make some noise.
The tents have openings on the top, or no?
No. As you peeked underneath, like the openings of the tent's openings are all facing inward, like towards the cavern. The tents are like circling this cavern, right? And all of the openings are facing towards the opening of the cavern.
Okay, I'll try to go around one, go towards the openings of the tents, and see if I catch someone sleeping.
All right.
Or,
Okay.
or like on duty.
Okay. So I'm gonna clarify this a little bit so that you understand. If you want to go around one of the tents, you're going to touch the wires that are on the edges, because the tents are all pressed together.
Can't I go around the one?
If you wanna go around the last ones, you're gonna have to climb up against the rock, because they are pushed and attached to the rocky cavern. Like the tents are supposed to create a wall that camouflages the entrance to the cavern when seen from afar.
Okay, now I understand. Okay, I'll enter one of the tents and try to avoid the wire.
All right. With the help of your daggers, you can cut a little bit of the tent so that you have a little bit more space to move, if you want to do so. Otherwise, it might be dicey. What do you want to do? Want to cut it up?
I'll cut it up.
All right, you cut up a little bit, and you hop over the wires, and now you see in front of you, like at the center of this encampment, let's say there's a little campfire, but as you look around, no one.
Okay, is the campfire turned off?
Yes.
Okay. Can I try to find anything out of the ordinary, like besides clothing or besides armor or weapons?
Right. Go ahead. Roll a perception check for me.
Something that indicates, I don't know, the time they're going to attack or something. Perception. 21.
21. Quick glance around and moving about and trying to open these crates. The crates are just, they have salted meats. There are furs. There are there's just a bunch of hunting gear around this place, and you find like no document aside from a map of the surrounding region marked with hunting spots. There's a place marked with, well, you wouldn't understand this language, but there are places marked on that map with something written next to it, and it seems to be kind of like a hunting guide or log of sorts. But with a 21, you also notice quite a few footprints next to the entrance of the cavern leading into it. But you're not sure how many people, but there are quite a few footprints. You'd have to look closer to know.
Okay. About the log, the hunting log?
Yeah.
I'll keep it.
Okay.
So they don't know. They can't eat. Okay. And curiosity kills the cat. But I'm going to try to take a sneak peek on the tavern then.
The cavern.
The cavern, not the tavern. I don't want to drink some ale.
Yeah, there's no tavern in the middle of the desert here. So
Why?
you walk inside the cave, and it is pretty dark. You've always felt like you could see decently in the dark, but it doesn't allow you to see very far. But you walk as silently as you can. And what seemed like a relatively shallow opening in the rock actually seems to go a lot deeper. You walk about 10 feet. And since you'd rolled a 21 on perception before. And this is an important thing also for the new people to realize. Always check for traps. With your 21 from before, I will keep, because I am being as good as I can here. There is what seems to be a bear trap about 15 feet in the entrance of this cavern. Seeing it, you manage to kind of circle around it, and now you sense there's a curve to the right inside of this cavern. Roll
first.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to cast light on one of the daggers.
Okay.
Okay, for your.
No. I'm okay. You can do that. Tell me, how does the light
No, I
work?
can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You can't. That's right.
I don't have. I was thinking about the other character. Okay, forget it. Yes. Okay, wait. Does the booming blade it has light?
It would not.
You can't see shit. Okay. You said I had to roll a perception check, right?
Yes, I was going to say, because sight is not your only sense.
Uh, 10.
10. You hear breathing echoing through the cavern.
Does it feel like breathing from sleeping or breathing from something that is watching?
On a 10, you're not sure. But this there's a curve that goes deeper into the cavern that you can ascertain with your little sense of and the light that still comes in. And there are a few kind of rocky formations on this curve where you can try to hide and see if you can see or hear anything a little bit better.
Okay, I will try to hide and try to see if I can
I'm gonna just roll another stealth
catch
check
someone. I don't like this.
then. A lot of rolling today.
Another 18, 26.
All right. You quickly duck and grab onto one of those rocky formations, and as you try to peek up, you hear the breathing a little bit better, and now you also hear muffled murmurings. That there's a single voice is complaining about something, and it seems muffled. Also, you notice as the rock inside is kind of not slick at all. It's just very dull, and it can't really reflect light anywhere. But you notice and feel kind of the movement and hear the movement of armor.
Okay, what can I do with this information? I didn't see anyone sleeping, right?
No. Right now, what Gael sees in front of her is just... She's about 20 feet ahead of her, because she has this... You've had this ability since you remember of being able to see a little bit better in the dark, but like besides or after that 20-foot kind of line, there's just darkness and some outlines of rock, and that's it.
Am I able to go through the wall?
You're not a ghost.
Not through the wall. Like as near as I can of the wall.
Yeah.
and try to hide on rocks just to see a little bit further?
You sure can. I'm gonna keep your check. But if you want to move close to the wall, the closest you could get would be trying to climb a little bit above it. And try to, reach an outcropping that is probably safe.
I just want to get closer, but without anyone to see me. So I just want to hide.
Got it. So I'll consider that.
And carefully and watching for traps.
All right. Roll perception check for me for traps.
Perception. 19.
As you move carefully, you don't notice anything else on the ground. But you scooch to the left into one of those, into kind of like a big stalagmite that is popping out of the ground. And as you glance through it, you can just see the edges of a masked man sitting on a chair. And now you hear the murmurings better. And he's just sitting on the chair and looking dead ahead at where you are, but has not noticed anything yet as you've been rolling pretty high on stealth.
From what I see, I only see that guy.
Yeah, you only see that guy, and then there's more darkness behind him.
No, I can't do that. Like, I know there's more. Like, it's not the only one guy there.
Well, it was reported that there was a group of people running. Yes, that was that you're chasing a group. Yeah.
But the rest might be sleeping or hunting, and they might come back anytime. Shit. Okay, I'm going to ask this because I know deep inside that I can't do this, but well, it might work. I want to try to shocking grasp on one of the daggers and and throw it.
And what do you expect to happen by shocking grasping the dagger? What is it that you're trying to get here?
Just a little bit of lightning damage besides the piercing.
I'm gonna say that you also I'm gonna say that you know that that probably okay. You're a farmer girl. You can I'm not gonna speak on the outcome. You're a farmer girl. Do you want to do that?
No. I'll just think to myself, no, that's stupid. Okay. Either way. I can't risk to go any further. It might.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you can now see the edges of him, he'd
probably see me better.
You don't see any lights. There's no torch, no anything, and he's sitting there and looking. So you can conclude whatever you want.
He probably knows. Okay. How many daggers do I have?
You had 4.
I have 4. Okay. I want to kill them because like he looks like the same guy that killed my.
You
my
can
friend.
barely see details, but yes, they have masks and they're wearing armor, so could be, yeah.
I want to know more, and I can only know more if I kill them. I gotta do this. Okay. I'll grab both knives, daggers,
Yeah.
and I'll.
You're gonna throw both of them?
Yeah, because I don't know if they die with only one, so.
Got it. Understood. All right, roll 2 attacks for me. Let's roll the first one first, because first one first.
Oh, come on. 9.
A 9 is going to miss. Let's roll the second one.
A 9!
Wait. Technically, you have advantage on both because you're hidden.
Oh, okay.
You're
okay.
hidden.
Okay,
you have
on the
advantage on
first
both.
one.
My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Whew. Okay.
My bad.
Wait. 13.
13 is going to miss.
Shit.
Second one.
It's lower. Forget it.
Ding ding.
Oh my gosh.
You see him draw a scimitar. He takes a few steps forward.
Okay. He can now see me, right? If I try to, he's going to see me.
If you come out and try to throw it again, he is going to see you. But right now he's just.
Okay, I'll try to wait for him to, or turn around, or not look at me.
You hear him say something. There's, hey, kind of as he's looking back, and he's then turns around and seems to go to want to go deeper into the cavern.
Oh, shit.
But he has his back turned to you. You want to throw the other two?
But he said, "Hey," right?
Yeah.
So
He said something that would maybe sound like that. Yeah.
But did I sense that he was talking to someone else?
What do you sense? I mean, I can't tell you what you sense. I said what happened. You sense it. What do you think?
Okay, I'll try again. 2.
All right, 2 daggers. Roll at advantage. Didn't you say that there were more people in the cavern? What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? I can't do all the work for you.
Okay, 18 plus.
Okay, that
6.
one hits. Second one.
19.
All right, that one hits. Okay, roll damage for the first one with the sneak attack.
Okay. Wait, I need to see the sneak attack. It's 1d6.
1d6.
So 5. Oh, nice. 11.
11 total, and the second attack. It's just the dagger damage.
8. It's 1d4 plus 4. I
No,
rolled a 4.
you don't roll. You don't add the modifier, so it's just 4.
Modifier so far.
It's the bonus action one. So, as you throw, he falls to the ground.
Okay, I'll wait to see if someone notices or if someone gets
Alright.
up.
I need you to roll another stealth check for me, please.
Stealth hits plus 8. Okay. Another 18 for what the fuck? 26.
You wait for a moment. You hear breathing,
Okay.
but no one comes out.
I'll go as stealthy as I can. Pick up my daggers first.
All right.
And while I'm going, I just check if there's someone.
Okay. You pick up your daggers, and now as you move close to the guy you just daggered, you see that there's a smaller kind of a smaller tunnel, let's say, or the cavern gets narrower, and that leads somewhere.
Okay. If I check this guy, does this guy have any more things?
He has a scimitar to his side, another dagger, and he's wearing leather armor, has some coin in his pouch. You notice? Do you want to take the time to really clean him up?
Not a lot of time. Just is the leather armor better than mine?
I'm not even gonna answer that. You don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to sneak in because I heard breathing, so I'm assuming they're sleeping and I want to kill as many as I can.
You sneak inside a room and you see 4 bodies on the ground of similar looking individuals, and as your eyes are adjusting more and more to the dark, it's like you can actually see in shades of gray, and you can actually see the location you're in, and you're noticing how your instincts are becoming more and more in tune with what's around you, with nature. And as you look about, there are four people. One of them has a more ornate kind of armor on him, but they are all laying on the ground, and they all have masks and hoods on, and you hear breathing from each and every one of them.
Okay.
But none of them got up.
Do I want to kill them? Can I, though? I don't know how it works when we try to kill someone sleeping. Is it an insta...
It's an instant critical hit. They are unconscious, technically, so you deal a critical hit.
Okay. I'll try to go to the guy with the ornate mask.
You're gonna go to that one first?
Yeah, he seems more powerful.
He does.
I'll try.
You're gonna attack him first?
Yeah. If I can, like 2 daggers at the same time or one after the other.
Got it. All right. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna make you roll for an attack because this is personally my take on attacks on people sleeping or that are unconscious. Usually you would have advantage on the attack, but if someone is sleeping and they don't know you're there, like they don't sense you from their passive perception and things of the sort, you just have to stick the dagger or the weapon wherever it is you want. So I won't make you roll to attack, I will only make you roll the damage. So for the first one, you roll the damage dice of the dagger, the 1d4. It's going to be a critical hit, so roll the 1d4 and roll the 1d6 for the sneak attack.
Is it with the modifier?
You add the modifier after doubling the dice.
Okay, 6, so it's 12.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Plus
18.
4, so 18. Now the second 1d4.
2.
We're gonna double that to 4, so that is a total of 22 points of damage. All right. You grab your daggers. Where are you trying to shove them?
Well, she's not sadistic, so. But I need to take advantage on this. On the eyes.
You're gonna try to. He has a mask protecting his face. You want to?
Okay. The mask is like it's rigid.
It's rigid. Yes, you could. You had seen it glisten with light, so it's probably metal. From what you had seen before, like brass and bronze and stuff. There's an opening in the mouth that you can probably stick it through, or you can try to, but there are probably other safer places to do that.
Yeah, I'll try on the neck.
All right, you stick both your daggers on the neck of this man as you hear him go, and he pushes you away. As he gets up, yelling out and bleeding out of his throat. With this, everyone else wakes up and rises up. Shit! As you did not manage to kill this guy immediately with one hit. I'm gonna need you to roll initiative for me, please.
Natural 1! My god!
Alright.
5.
We're gonna do this in dark vision mode. Hopefully. I'm gonna activate this for you.
I'm having such bad rolls. My god.
Alright, you would be
I rolled
here.
1 and 2 on the damage.
That sucks. I'm so sorry. Alright, so initiative order. What is your initiative? Natural 1?
5.
5? Okay.
With a natural 1, so.
Okay. So one of them is going to go after you. Everyone else is going to go before. So as that guy wakes up, this guy is gonna move in here close to you, and with flanking, he's gonna try to strike you with the back of his scimitar. Oh wow! That is a 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
As he tries to strike you with the back of his scimitar, you manage to duck beneath him as he misses the attack. Ah, shit! Next guy is actually this one. He's going to move over here, and he's going to dash with the rest of his movement to go over there. And now it would be your turn as they all run. Still, you can still see him kind of, move a little bit groggy as they woke up, but he moves quickly next to you, and you're surrounded now as the other guy is still holding on to his throat. What do you want to do?
I'm panicking. I'll try. Wait. Ugh. I'll just attack again. Like I'm panicking. I'll try to attack the guy that I attacked before.
The guy you attacked before. All right, go ahead and roll an attack for me.
13.
13. Holding on to his throat, he dodges it at an unnatural speed. You can still go for another bonus action attack if you want.
Oh, 16 plus 6. So
16 plus 6, 22. You managed to strike at him. Where are you hitting him?
Just go for the belly.
All right,
he's probably taller than me, right? So
yeah, he is. You stab him in the belly. Go ahead and roll damage for me. No sneak attack.
Do I add the modifier?
You add the modifier, yeah.
6.
6. You see the blood now. You can't really see the color, but it is dark as it oozes out of his neck and now meets with the stab on the belly. It falls to the ground, and all the others react. Shit! And they point at him, speaking a language that you don't understand. All right, so that your turn? Are you moving at all?
Well, yeah, I can't move. I can't risk an attack. I'll just wait and see if I can do something clever.
All right, so now it's this guy's turn. He's gonna go here, and he is going to try to grapple you with his attack. So I'm gonna need it's gonna be a contested athletics check with him.
Athletics, I have +0.
Wow.
3.
Good, because I just rolled 7 + 2, 9. He grabs onto you and is now trying to squeeze your arms together. You are grappled, so your movement is 0. All right. So that concludes its turn, which means we go back to the other's turn. This guy, we're gonna mark him as. Wait, whoops. We're gonna mark him as. Oh well, actually, you'd probably be dead. You were aiming to kill him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So, this guy up here on the side is going to try to make another strike at you. No advantage because the other guy is dead. Fuck. 8.
No.
Even with you grappling, as he tries to knock you out again, you lift up your feet, or one of your feet, and knock away the blade. The other guy is going to try to strike at you, try to knock you out. 16.
Hits, but I will shield.
All right. Well, this is not going well for them. You lift up your eyes this time as you're being held down. Your eyes glow, this pale green glow as this barrier of etherealness manifests itself in front of you, and he misses the strike. It's your turn now.
Okay, I'm grappled. I assume I cannot attack, right?
You can attack. You're not restrained.
Oh, okay.
You can attack. You're just grappled. You can try to stab the guy in the back, the one in the front, the one on the side.
Yeah, I will try to stab the guy on that is trying to grapple me. All
right, go ahead and roll an attack. For those, and we'll use this moment for those that are wondering what the grappled state really does. What happens when you're grappled is your movement is 0, and someone is holding on to you. And you can use your action generally to do an athletics or acrobatics check to try and get out of the grapple. All right, what did you roll?
13 + 6.
That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Come on, more than a 2, please. Oh, 4 + 4.
8 points of damage as you since his arms go a little bit weaker. You can still use your bonus action to do the other attack.
I'll do that. 14.
14 just hits.
Yes!
on these weaker guys. Go ahead and roll damage. No modifier.
2.
2 points of damage. How do you wanna end this guy?
I'm just trying to get myself out, and with the daggers on my hand, I'll just frantically.
All right, you try to stab him frantically as he goes, and with each strike, and as you remove the dagger, you sense the resistance of the flesh pulling out as you're cutting and piercing in, and then his arms go limp, and you feel this weight on top of you, as you hear this man's last breath, and then you move your shoulders back as he falls on the ground. Another one of them dead. All right.
And I will just ask, why did you kill my grandfather?
And one of them, the one that is going after, goes,
he was just collateral damage. It's the Herskelly bitch! Kill her. She came after fun. No need to capture her anymore.
All right. And
you really think you're going to capture me? Look around.
It's going to be his turn. Natural 1. What the fuck is happening? Well, all right. You see him use the full-on blade of the scimitar this time to attack you, but you parry it with your daggers as the blade creates sparks that light up the this place, and you stand ready for combat. It's going to be the other guy's turn. As he holds up his scimitar to go for a stab, he goes,
I don't even remember your grandfather's face. I didn't even know you had a grandfather. But I certainly remember your face. And I certainly remember what you did to Darian!
And he's going to go for a stab. Oh, I was going to roll at advantage, but no flanking. That is going to be a 20 to hit. Dirty. So that's going to hit, right?
I still have shield.
You don't. You have to cast it again. Your turn was already... It already happened.
I'll shield!
You're going to cast it again?
Yes.
You raise another barrier with your daggers up, and...
You can't kill me.
What are you? All right. So now I believe is your turn.
Yes. Okay. No, I'll continue with the daggers.
All right.
I'll try to go to one of them.
All right. Which one? The one in front of you or the one to the right?
The one who was talking.
All right.
No, the other one. The
one in front of you then.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll to hit.
10 doesn't hit. 2 doesn't hit.
Ping, ping, he parries both of your hits. And as he does, he brings the blade down on you again. Is there anything you want to do with your turn anymore?
No, I can't. It's just...
All right. It's just oh, natural 20.
That doesn't hit.
They've been rolling like shit. It's about fucking time. As he brings down the blade, then I roll 1 on the damage dice. So you take 4 points of slashing damage as he brings down the blade on you and cuts your kind of from your shoulder to your lower abdomen, and he goes,
Yes, yes. Let me taste your blood.
All right. That's going to be his turn. The other guy is going to try to go for your leg and pull the blade across your hamstring. And he is going to move over the body of his friend and get advantage to try and flank you here. That's another natural 20.
Oh my.
And that's a little bit more damage. 8 points of slashing damage as he slashes across your legs. And your leg kind of gives in a little bit, and he goes,
You thought you were leaving this place alive? Foolish. Foolish whore.
All right, it's your turn.
But I am. And I will try to attack the other guy that didn't talk.
All right, go ahead.
18.
18 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
7 points of damage as you stab him. Whereabouts are you trying to?
I don't know how to fight, so I'm just trying to slash the bellies.
All right, you slash at the belly. You still have another attack if you want to do so.
Yes. 15 plus 6.
That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
A 3.
3.
7 plus 3, right?
As you slash away at this individual, this thick dark ooze comes out of it. You can't quite make the color in the darkness. But with that last slash, she crumples to the ground with one knee and goes,
Ah! Shit!
He is still alive, but he's very, very hurt, this one. It is going to be his turn now, unless you want to move.
Shit. If I move, I will get to attacks of opportunity.
Shield lasts until the end of your turn, I believe, right?
Oh, right. Okay, I will try to move then. My full speed.
All right. They are still going to take attacks of opportunity against you.
Yes, I know.
So, first one, that is 19.
Doesn't hit. It's 15 plus 5, I believe, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the other one doesn't hit either. That's a
okay.
12. All right, they both try to hit you, but the shield deflects both of their hits. And you manage to move. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You sit there at the ready. It is this guy's turn, and he's going to use his bonus action to black step. You see smoke, this black smoke surround him as he then moves next to you, still on the ground, and then he, in front of you, you see him pull up his mask and lick the blade. And he goes, ah, yes. And you see him begin to stand up again.
Shit.
All right. And then the other one is going to use Black Step as well, as black smoke surrounds you and he goes behind your back. And he's going to try to strike you with his scimitar coming out of the black smoke. Oh my god. Okay. 13 to hit.
Doesn't.
I rolled, oh my fucking god, I rolled a 9 and a natural 1. As he tries to stab you, you kind of lean against the wall and the blade goes through.
Shit! She knows how to fight!
Alright, it's your turn.
Okay. I will touch the guy that was almost dying.
Yeah.
And I will shocking grasp him.
Alright, go ahead and roll a melee spell attack for me.
Oh my god, man. No, 9.
You try to reach for him, but he still dodges it.
And as a bonus action, I will drink the potion.
You'll drink up your potion. Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, 2d4. Nice.
Yeah.
2, 5, 7.
7 points of healing. Alright.
It's their turn.
It's their turn now. One of them brings up the blade, and that is cocked. That is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
He's going to slash down on that same wound he carved on you for another 1 on the dice. So 3 points of slashing damage as he slashes down on you. And the other guy, I need to get rid of this dice. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna roll anymore. I was gonna roll with this one. And the other guy, as he tries to go for another stab, as you reel into the wall again from the pain of that hit, he misses the stab again as you see them get increasingly frustrated. All right, it's your turn again.
I will try to kill the guy that was almost dead.
All right.
A 9 plus 6, 14? No, 6.
15. 15 hits. A 14 would have just hit too. Go ahead and roll damage.
5.
5 points of damage. It is enough. How do you end this guy?
Yes! At this point, I'm just panicking. I'm just attacking panically. So
Yeah.
I'll just die!
As you bring up the dagger, you almost accidentally slash the artery on his neck as it gouges out blood and splatters you with blood. And he crumples to the ground, dead. And it is at that moment that you hear the other go, shit! And he's starting to kind of reel back and move back a little. He's going to try to shove you and pull you away and push you away, excuse me. Make a shove attack. That is not going to hit because that is a natural 4. Apparently none of my dice can be rolled tonight. As he tries to push you, you resist, and so he's going to use his bonus action to black step all the way to the other side of the cavern. You see the smoke go through the entrance where you had previously come through, and move there to that side.
Shit.
And he is going to use his movement to continue on running. It is your turn.
I'll just run as far as I can.
All right, go ahead.
I think it's here. Oh, wait.
I can measure it for you. Yeah, it would be over there. That square. There you go.
And I will try to throw two of the knives.
Go ahead and roll an attack for me, please. Or 2 attacks.
Nope. 14 plus 6, 20.
That hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. That's the first hit, right? Or is that?
Yeah, it's the only hit. The other one I failed.
All right, so you throw the dagger.
I'll try to hit one of the foot.
You try to hit him in the foot. He grasps onto his leg and he falls onto the ground. It is his turn. He is dragging himself at 3 hit points, trying to move away, and he is going to use his action to lick his blade again, or in this case, this guy is the first time. And you see him get up, but he will only move at half of his movement, as he is gravely wounded. It is your turn.
Okay, I will try to get to him again. And I scream, Who's Darian?
And he's not saying anything.
Shit! I will try to kill him.
Alright, go ahead and roll another attack for me, please. Or 2, if you want to throw both.
15 plus 6, 21.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. I don't think you need to, but...
4 plus 2.
Yeah.
6.
Where are you aiming with your dagger? Just throwing in the general direction?
I'll just throw right at the back of his head.
Alright. As he turns to try and run, you throw
No, actually, wait. I'll hit where I don't kill him. Well, he needs to be unconscious, or
he needs to be a melee attack to make him to be able to be
I will kill him then.
All right. He falls to the ground, bringing us out of combat once again. All right. Moment. You stand there in the middle of the darkness of this cavern, breathing rapidly. You notice now your vision, you can see perfectly in the dark. You had never been able to do that.
Okay. First of all, I will grab the daggers from him.
Grab daggers back, yeah.
And before I explore everything, I will grab the mask from the other one, the big one.
Yeah.
I will grab it and put it on my pouch.
Got it.
And I'll try to see if there's any information something about Darien too.
All right. So you search around this encampment, and you find a couple of things. You find
Wait,
spread around.
I can see my pencil.
You see your pencil?
I can see my pencil.
You can see your pencil. Well, you're gonna need your pencil to take note of all of these things I'm about to give you.
My pencil just ran away. What the fuck? Where's my pencil?
While she's looking for her pencil, guys, I would like to throw a little bit of an explanation of something that happened in this section, which is spellcasting. You noticed Gael here use her spell Shield and her spell Shocking Grasp. So, how does spellcasting work here? Spells have a casting time. Shield, for example, has a casting time of a reaction, which means you can use it upon a trigger on someone else's turn. In this case, the trigger is being hit by an attack. Now, it is a first level spell, which means it spends a spell slot. Spell slots are pretty much the mana of Dungeons and Dragons, which means when you, as you level up, you gain increased slots. First level, second level, third level, all the way up to 9th level, if you take levels on casting classes. And yeah, there's a limited amount of number of slots that you can use per level, and generally, you know, second level spells are stronger, third level are stronger, so on and so forth. The Shocking Grasp one had a casting time of 1 action, which means she has to, you know, use it on her turn, and it was a cantrip. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will without spending spell slots, so they are always available. All right, so. Have you found your pencil? Your pencil?
Yeah, I found another one.
You found another pencil. So spread around everyone here. You find a total of 25 gold.
Mm-hmm.
You find 2 vials of this like dark, thick, gray liquid that you're not sure what they are. You find on the stronger individual an ornate dagger that has sort of like black edges on the blade and a silver hilt to it, kind of that kind of wraps around the blade. It is a beautiful ornate dagger that is actually quite long for a dagger and is curved only just at the tip. You also find 2 documents or 2 stacks of what seem to be sort of papers, and there are well, it wouldn't be stacks of papers. You would actually just find excuse me, I gotta correct myself on there. You would just find 2 pieces of paper that appeared to have been sealed but then opened, and as your eyes adjusted or adjusted the dark, you see letters reveal on it or on these documents. However, these letters are, or what you thought were letters at first, are just symbols that you don't recognize, and there seems to be some sort of encryption to these documents. And that's what you find. You also, you also find another potion of healing on one of the crates here in the storage. And you find a bunch of empty vials of what you deem to have been other potions of healing.
Okay. Okay, I'll grab the dagger. I'm going to put on my back.
All right.
Or on my, I don't know, how do you...
You have a lot of daggers now. They're kind of like all around your waist, I guess. Until you find something else to put them on.
Right.
You got a
Well,
belt.
like my smaller daggers are all on the same side because it's only 4. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one I'm going to put on the other side.
All right.
I am going with the mask on my hand,
Yeah.
and I'll just get out of the tent, get out of everything, and go straight to them, to Godwin and like a badass.
All right. Covered in blood, you.
But wait,
Yeah.
when I get to them, I'll just drop the mask and continue walking to where we were. I won't say anything.
Oh. All right. Give me just a moment. So you're gonna walk past them, is what you mean? You're gonna walk past them. Is that what
Well,
you mean?
yeah.
Okay. 1 second. I just noticed I didn't disable something that should have been disabled. Give me a moment. I forgot to disable some of the channel point rewards. But I thought that they were paused. They are, but this one... Okay, there you go. So...
I'll
As
just
you-
drop... Okay, I'll say, let's go back to the camp.
You see Godwin and Rory kind of taken aback by what you did, and then Godwin goes, "Hold on. Report. What was it that you found?"
How many were there?
A total of 5.
5 men, all dead.
You've killed 5 of those.
Yes.
And he grabs onto the mask. And this was their leader?
Probably leader, I don't know. They spoke on a language that I couldn't understand. And they had this, and I give him the papers. I have no idea what's written.
The papers have nothing on them.
They had. I don't know if they only work in the dark, but it had a lot of symbols. Maybe I hallucinated, but better to keep them.
We'll take this back to the fort then.
And these 2 vials as well.
You see Vince kind of approach the vials.
If you'll excuse me, Miss Gael.
Sure.
He opens them.
And dies.
This is basilisk poison.
Shit.
Common among soldiers of the Soul Empire, as there are basilisks inhabiting the desert. That holds a powerful kick.
Do you guys mind if I use it?
Sure. And Garin goes, "Yes, I suppose you deserve some sort of reward."
Thank you. And I put it on the pouch or my belt. I don't know.
Your little bag.
My little bag.
All right.
Well, I guess the work here is done.
I suppose so. Let's
I kind
travel
of left
back
you
home.
speechless.
Not exactly. Mostly just curious.
I'll take it.
Good. All right. So, for the purposes of time, let's say that on the journey back, you guys are unhindered on these next days, as you have made incredibly quick work of the situation. You, after a few days, arrive at Fort Flameshield. You see these large white stone walls, and peeking behind the walls you see kind of a large wooden structure of sorts. The walls have watchtowers on the corners, and it is kind of a square arrangement here for those walls. You reach the gate as Lord Godwin signals the men above in the gatehouse to open the gate. The gate lifts up these metal bars that make up for the gates to the fort. As you all walk in, immediately a bunch of soldiers gather. You see inside the fort is just, there are lots of tents, there are a few wooden buildings, stables, and kind of just living arrangements for all of the soldiers, but this is a full-on kind of military fort. There's no civilian presence here. And then farther up there's this larger wooden building farther inside of the fort that is surrounded by a wooden palisade, which is kind of the commanding or the command center, let's say, of Fort Flameshield. It is quite a large fort still. There are a lot of people stationed here at Fort Flameshield. However, it is not, and you would know this as it is common knowledge of people that inhabit the border. Fort Flameshield is not the biggest of the forts that line up the border. But everybody kind of gathers around you. You see Sebastian moving in. You see Godric moving in. And you see Morden as well, as everybody hops out of their horses, and the people around start asking, "So, what happened?" And everybody's kind of listening intently as Godwin says, "Well, we've found the encampment, and Miss Gael here made short work of the people inside, and brought these back," as he holds up the two documents. Morden approaches immediately.
"If you wouldn't mind, Godwin, I would like to take a look at both of those."
And Godwin goes, "Of course. They are yours to look at, Lord Morden," and hands him the documents. Everybody is kind of celebrating the return and the success of the mission, as you see a bunch of soldiers kind of around you whisper,
"What? She did this? What? She killed the encampment?"
and they're kind of wondering what had happened. And Godwin turns back and goes, "Oh, and yes, I can assure you that Miss Gael here fought bravely for the kingdom." And he leaves you with a smile as he moves deeper inside the camp.
Yes, I did.
A few of the people from Sorenshire immediately move in. Oh, you're alive! You did it!
I did it. Yes, I'm not proud of it, but
Did you? Well, we've got food. You must be starving.
of course, yeah. Give me a drink.
Yes, let's go.
And they take you to kind of their little living quarters that they have there for the new recruits and the people from town. And they give you food, they give you ale, and as you're kind of moving outside of the center space of the fort, you notice the side eye that a lot of the people are giving you, but mostly the Blackwoods and Godric's gang. Both Edith and Sebastian are kind of looking at you sideways.
Can I see Morden, or he went to work?
Morden
right away?
left immediately after getting those documents.
Okay, I'll talk to him the next day then. I'll just enjoy. I will ignore the looks. They're jealous.
All right. So you're just gonna enjoy this day.
Yeah, I'm just going to enjoy and think about what I've done, and just reflect. If this killing make me feel bad, does it make me feel good? Do Do I feel like a horrible person? Or do I feel it was needed?
As you kind of, amidst the drinks and the partying, let's say, one of the folks from Swordshire, which you actually would recognize this one, as he would be. Give me a moment so I don't get his name wrong. Where is he? Where is he? I'm gonna have to Control F. Yes, you see the son of the stonemason, John Flintwright, as he approaches you, and he goes,
Gael, how was it? Well, did you really kill them?
Well, finally a friendly face. Yeah, I killed 5 of them. 6? 5. 5. I kinda lost count.
How do you feel?
A mix. Well, since I left Swordshire, it's like the 7th person I kill. Although these men are not like like us. That they're not human. So I feel like I don't feel as bad.
Right, people around home, they mentioned that they were monsters. They were not. They were demons.
I don't know if they're demons, but they can teleport. They can teleport, and they have these. They don't have blood. They have this black liquid.
But
it's weird.
Did you see their faces?
I did.
Were they the faces of people?
They're not, right? They have the scales. They have.
They had scales around their knuckles and hands. Their faces were. They just had very sharp features, but if you were to sort of compare it to something that you would have seen, it would have been kind of elven features to them. Kind of sharper around some areas, kind of like the old elf type of... And quite gaunt as well, they were very pale.
Well, they are definitely not human, but they have... They seem like elves, but with a twist. They're weird. I don't know.
Are we going to have to fight them?
Maybe, but I can guarantee you, if I can kill 5 of them alone, we as a whole, we can defeat them.
But they were saying around the camp that you had magic.
I do. I still don't know. I don't really know how to control it, but well, I'm trying my best. But we are well equipped. I think we are enough.
I'm terribly scared, Gael.
Did you enlist the army by yourself? Were you forced?
Father got hurt after the attack. I came here because I thought I wanted revenge, but then
people started talking and the things that I remembered, I got knocked out fast back home. I was saved by one of the soldiers. I thought I owed a life debt, but I feel like I'm in over my head. I keep trying to search for courage that I don't have. I don't know. What if I die?
Well, you need to think. What if you die? So what? You died with a purpose.
I'm not sure this is even my purpose anymore. I'm not sure if this is what I want.
Okay, and imagine if you quit now. If you go back, how will you live with yourself?
At least I will live.
If that's how you think, you can go back, right?
I would be marked as a deserter.
Hey, okay. Stay with me, and I'll make sure nothing happens to you.
All right. I doubt you can keep that promise in the battlefield, Gael. I'm just a stonemason's son. I'm not even that great a stonemason. Nowhere near my father. I've never hold a sword that wasn't made of wood to play around, and here they give me a spear. I had never wore armor. My body feels sore and heavy after wearing a small piece of plate for just a few days.
John, look at me. You need to be here, okay? I'm sorry, I was looking like that. You need to be here. Either you want it or not. So put yourself together. Just be a fucking grown-up. And we're going to do this. We're going to kill them, and we're going back. We're going to our families, and we're going to celebrate. Just be realistic, okay? We are so many.
And so are they.
I'm not the greatest pep talker, so just trust yourself. Trust your capabilities. If you want, tomorrow we're going to train a bit. I'll teach you what I know, and you'll be better, and you will trust yourself more. Just that train of thought doesn't lead you anywhere. You need to be here. Might as well be here with confidence.
Roll a persuasion check for me with advantage because you're doing your very best.
I'm doing my very best.
Aww.
Well, 12.
He takes a deep breath. Alright. I'm probably just tired.
I believe so.
I'll see you, Gael, tomorrow. Thank you.
Tomorrow we're going to train, and you'll see, you'll feel better.
Alright, so, is there anything else that you wish to do around here on the fort before we mark this date to end? Because it's getting late in the afternoon as you had arrived at the fort.
I wanted to see Morden.
You want to look for Morden? Alright.
Yeah.
As you go call around for Morden, one of the guards at the command center goes, Miss Gael, I understand you wish to see Lord Sullen at this moment, but he had asked specifically to not be disturbed as he is currently decrypting the documents that were given to him. It appears that the documents were blank, but after indication from Lord Godwin that they could be seen in the dark, Lord Sullen is currently enraptured in his decryption, and it would not be wise to disturb him.
Very well.
Is there a
Okay.
message you wish to have delivered?
Can you tell him, please, for him to speak to me tomorrow morning?
Yes, I will deliver that message. I believe he also intended that you search around for any materials, anything that you might need for your self-defense. The force is currently well supplied in such things, so anything from weaponry, traps, and things of the sort, you may partake in it, and Lord Morden informed that he would pay for the costs.
Do you think they have better armor than this one?
Well, certainly, at least a little better taken care of. Yes. You can search
Okay.
for it.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Miss Gael.
I will waddle.
You waddle out. If you want to find yourself, better armor, it will look better than the one that you have. However, it will remain with the same functionality.
Okay.
So although yours is completely ragged and wrecked, you can find one that is not. Aside from that, is there anything else that you want to look for?
Well, I still have my 4 daggers. I have that new dagger. You said that I'm the only one that practices magic here,
Yes.
so no one could help me to see what is this weapon, what it does.
You could try to find someone that has that ability. You wouldn't know, but the quartermasters and such often have tools that allow them to identify items if you wish to do so, or you can try and identify it yourself.
I can. Okay.
You can try to ascertain the nature of this item for sure.
I'll try then. If I fail, I'll go to the quartermasters.
All right. So, un momento, por favor. As I need to confirm something here. Give me just one second. Why? Wait a minute. Oh. Do you realize, honey, that you did not pick your sorceress origin for your sorcerer thing?
Oh, right.
Can you pick it for me, please?
Yes.
Whenever you do so, tell me.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
Is it done?
I think so, yes.
Alright. There we go, yes. So. I'm gonna need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
13.
13. Are you doing this kind of out in the open, or are you in your living quarters and sitting by yourself a little bit, trying to look at the dagger?
Yeah. Or in a corner somewhere alone with the silence.
As you examine the dagger and you look at the incredible craftsmanship, that now out in the light, this very well polished steel blade, kind of, and on the edge of the blade, this black steel or tinged darker metal that you can't quite ascertain its nature. You begin seeing this glow around the dagger, and your eyes are, you see yourself exit your body as you look at yourself from like a third person perspective, and your face lifts up to look at you. And as you grab the dagger, you play around with the dagger like a warrior expert would in your hand. You lift it up and you hold it with the tip down on your finger. And you're watching this all happen as your body winks at you. And then you are returned to it with information. It is a +1 dagger.
Woohoo!
That you have found. And you can mark off the use of your higher self function from your subclass of Dormant Divinity, which made your 13 turn into a 20 Arcana check.
Where do I have the higher self?
On your features and traits, if you refresh the thing, it will be there.
Yeah, I already. Oh, you can access it. Oh, wow.
From your homebrew subclass of Dormant Divinity Sorcerer.
Very cool.
But you have that experience and you're kind of just there.
Shit! I can do that now. Oh. Let's see if I can do that again.
As you try your hardest to pull yourself out of your consciousness, nothing happens. It felt so natural in that moment. Your curiosity about the item kind of just seemed to have triggered that.
Okay. I see.
Anything else you want to do with your day?
Hey, I could have had guidance. And I didn't know. Shit. Okay. No, I'll wait for tomorrow to talk to Mr. Cullen.
Jesus. That's from Twilight. He's not Edward Cullen. And yeah, I know who Edward Cullen is now. Well, I knew who he was. I didn't know his last name, but I knew who he was before. But now I've watched the first movie, so now I know.
I made him watch the first movie.
All right, so you go to sleep. You go to sleep.
Not a dream.
It's been night after night of restless sleep, dreamful sleep. But this time, as you fall into darkness, there is a shape. Highlighted in this, almost as if it's backlit by these pale green tones. You see a female shape. You see the edges of a hood. And it looks down at you. The light kind of wraps itself around her and illuminates these edges, the corners of her face, and you see a smirk. You see hair much like yours. Until her eyes, you see just this gentle green glow of an outline of the eyes. And a wink. Similar to the wink that you saw yourself give just this late afternoon as you were looking at the dagger. There's this sense of confidence and sense of self that is present in that moment, in this dreamscape that is totally encompassed by this one figure. While looking at her, you sense that same battle prowess, that those same movements that you pulled out of nowhere. You sense the same magic that you can call out randomly. Honey, it has come the moment where you have to decide which is going to be your first feature upgrade that you can have.
Oh shit!
I'm going to read you the following features that Gael can have if you wish. She can only have one out of these three. All right. The first one is Savage Sneak Attacker. You can re-roll up to half your sneak attack dice. You must keep the new value. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So right now, a number of 2 times your proficiency is at 2. Then, the next one, excuse me, I changed the name of it and I printed the wrong version of the name. So
it's reroll half.
Half of your sneak attack dice, yes, to the minimum of 1.
Okay.
Because right now, for example, you only have 1 sneak attack dice,
exactly.
so you can reroll the 1. Okay. Arcane Counterattack. If you successfully avoid an attack after using shield, your next attack has advantage, meaning you roll 2d20, pick the highest roll.
Okay.
And finally, the third one. Arcana Segmentum. You can use your bonus action to add 1 damage dice of a cantrip of your choice to your next attack, and apply any of the effects of the chosen cantrip. Additionally, if this attack triggers sneak attack, you can change its damage type as well. This feature also scales. At 5th level, you can add 2 of the damage dice. At 11th level, you can add 3 of the damage dice. These are the 3 you can choose from.
Okay, wait. On the third one, you said I can give +1 damage?
No. 1 damage dice or damage die.
Oh, okay.
So
1 damage die.
So for example, Shocking Grasp has a d8 for the damage die, right? So you can use your bonus action to infuse your blade with 1d8 extra lightning damage.
Well, I wanted to do that in the beginning, so I want that one.
You want Arcana Segmentum. Alright, so I'm going to add it. Add. Refresh your stat sheet and you can probably take a look at Arcana Segmentum. At the end of your features and traits. Is it there? Can you confirm?
Yeah.
All right, so as you are in this dreamscape, you see the woman pull out of thin air this shape of a blade. And as she does, her other hand glows with this electrical energy. And you see her touch the tip of the blade as the blade then glows with that electricity. You notice the edge of her smile again as the dagger is thrown at you and you
Oh my god.
wake up. And that's...
Jesus.
Who's Jesus? You keep calling him with every single one of your characters. And that's where we're going to end today's session, as you have gained this upgrade.
Give me upgrade, you upgrade.
All right, very well done. Today we get to end a little bit early because I noticed that we have a few questions to answer. The most important one being why we are here just to suffer, from one of the people in chat. So, the episode has officially ended. We're going to jump into the Q&A section, and we're going to discuss a little bit about what happened to trying to help people figure out. But I've seen a few questions here that I want to answer before I answer Johnny Boy's question, or that should be answered in a little bit of a deeper level, I feel. But the first question here that I had detected, let me see if I can see it again.
Hey, you can trust me. What the fuck? I survived.
Oh, there we go. What is the difference between a natural 20 and a dirty 20? Do you want to explain that, honey?
Yes. Okay, so when you roll the dice, you usually, always, add your modifier. So imagine that the modifier is +4. If you roll a 16 and add the +4, it's 20. So that is a dirty 20. A natural 20 is when you roll the 20 on your dice, like the actual 20. That is a natural 20. So a natural 20 gives you double damage or a critical success.
Correct. There you go.
A dirty 20 is just a dirty 20. It's just a 20. It's not a magical number.
Yes, it's just a high roll. But a natural 20 does give you a critical success or a critical hit in combat. To clarify what the critical hit in combat does, critical hits as per... Oh, there's the pencil. Critical hits can be interpreted in two ways. You can... Let's say your weapon does 1d4 damage plus your modifier. You can, with a critical hit, you can either roll 1d4 and then double the result of that dice, or you can roll 2d4 and keep that number. So you can actually double the dice you roll, or you can just double the number you get on the first dice, which is how we do it. Also, you do not double the modifiers. The modifiers are added after doubling the damage dice. That is an important thing that you have to consider. Now, I also saw somewhere here the question that if this subclass that Mizzy's playing is homebrewed. It is indeed. One of them is. So she is a rogue sorcerer multiclass, and her sorcerer subclass that she can decide at level 1 sorcerer, which is what she is Dormant Divinity, which is a subclass that I've created. And you'll get to see it develop over these sessions, but it is very much inspired in the higher self concept of there being a better version of yourself locked inside you, and being able to access that version, you know, at any given moment. And you will be able to discover a little bit. You've seen this version already in this episode, hence why I'm revealing this little bit. But you will get to understand what powers this entails as she takes levels on the sorcerer class. Also, today I learned 1, take your time making decisions, always check for traps, never trust Mizzy. Yeah, so regarding the checking for traps, this is something that most newer players are not used to do, but most importantly, someone like Mizzy, who has never played, first of all, alone, and second, never played a rogue, is probably not used to, right? It's something important that you were not used to. Hello?
Oh, you're talking to me?
No, I'm talking. Who else is here?
Chat.
Right, but I'm talking to you. I'm asking you your opinion on this. Your thoughts.
Yeah, usually the rogues are not me. I never played rogue, and well, I've played before, and we usually ask, "Are there traps?" And he always said no. So because or we rolled like shit, or there was actually no traps. So I am not used to have traps unless I'm playing Baldur's Gate. Well, there I'm not used to have
It's
traps
me.
too because I die.
Yeah, I'm the one always checking for traps.
And when I go alone, I die.
So yeah, it's important. It's important to often check for traps in situations like these. But regarding the taking your time to make decisions, that is something that needs to also be balanced, right? For example, in a solo campaign, since we're both here just chilling and we have all the time in the world for each other, I don't mind allowing her to think a little bit more. But if this is in the context of a group thing, there are 5 people thinking about making decisions and taking time, and that can extend for a long time, because then they suggest something and the other person counters it, and then the other one counters it, and you can get in a little bit of analysis paralysis, which means you're stuck without doing anything. Here that doesn't happen, because whatever idea she comes up with is the idea that she goes with, right? But yeah, it's important that you develop a certain kind of habit of making an actual decision, right? People get attached to their characters, and they are not they don't want to embrace the poor outcome, because this is a game in a sense. But if you think of this in a roleplay perspective, right? If you're faced with a high stakes, high risk situation, you will not get a lot of time to decide, and sometimes you just have to act. And so we do our best to also exemplify that through the game that we play.
Yeah, and when you are in a party with 5 or 6 players, like Onion said, you have. But before you, there's like 5 or 6 turns, and you have that much time to think. You don't have to think like on your turn only.
Yeah.
You can think throughout the turns, and it's easier when it's your turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but even if we talk about non-combat decisions, still, I mean, you can watch any of the one-shots and or any of our sessions with a group. You'll see that there are a lot of non-combat decisions where they're just discussing and talking about things for a long-ass fucking time.
Yeah.
So there you go. My internet crashed right at the Q&A start. Hey, Johnny boy, I got you. Which part of it do you want answers to? Wait, maybe you just want to. If you want answers to everything, you're gonna have to watch the VOD about some of the other questions. But towards your questions, we were just talking about how Mizzy was not used to check for traps, because usually she, first of all, doesn't play alone, and doesn't play as a rogue, and usually the rogues are the ones asking for those types of things. And also regarding the taking time to make decisions, we were just discussing how, sure, it is important to take your time, but when you're in a group, that can turn into analysis paralysis, and you take a long time deciding and nothing just happens. And we're talking about how important it is in Dungeons and Dragons that you get in the habit of acting, you know, of mimicking high pressure situations and high stakes in your character, of just acting with whatever, you know, is the second or third thing that comes into your character's mind. If he is one to think, if he's just one to act, you know, the first thing you do it. And we've had situations like that.
Yeah, and that's why it's very important to know your character, and you can think, what would my character do? And you're not there like, oh, what if I do this? Will they be mad at me?
Yeah, exactly. And or is this the wrong decision? There's a lot of, you know, is this the wrong thing? But you can't save scum in D&D, so people take a long time thinking about these things. QuickTime Events Gaming IRL, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, this last session of Requiem, we had one such moment where it was very important to make a quick decision, and Tresh, who plays G, made a very quick decision that then led to a very interesting result, but certainly made things easier for the party in that current moment. But you know, it is one of those things where if they had just discussed what was happening, it would turn worse for them. And so when someone just acted, it saved up a lot of time, and it showed a lot of character development. So yeah.
Oh, and people tend to overthink a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that situation also happens a lot in puzzle solving. After knowing how many people I killed in Until Dawn / Detroit, Detroit Become Human, yes, I would not only die, but also kill the entire group within minutes. They would not let you. The group would not let you. You would be fine. I trust you would be fine. Anyway, are there any other questions that you guys want to ask? While you think about that, honey, what did you think of today's episode? What curiosities do you have as a player? Now, give us the player perspective.
I wanted the 3 feats. Not only one. But oh well, you can't have it all.
You can't have it all.
But it was fun. I thought I was going to die. But then again, I thought, well, he's not going to kill me in the 3rd episode, right?
I was. I'll tell you right now, like, I have their first objective was not to kill you. I mean, you come in there, you have powers, you're in their territory. I was going to go in for the capture, and then we would see from there. But you rolled pretty well. So now that you know what happened, would you have approached the situation differently?
Nope.
You would have not killed the weaker guys first?
Nope. I wanted to give the more damage I could to the big one, because I thought, well, he has the fancier mask, so he has most health, and he probably can attack twice. So I'm going to that one because that one is going to hurt. Right.
So I'll tell you, since we're in the prospect of learning here, if you had gone for the others, which you could probably one-shot since they had less hit points, they would have probably died without making a noise, which then means you would still get the more damage attack on the big guy anyway, but you would have fought him alone.
Well, there was always the possibility of missing, and if I couldn't miss.
You couldn't miss in that situation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
See, so this is another one of those examples where out of game, it is really easy to talk, right? We can sit here and say, it would have been better to do this or that. But the important thing that Mizzy did was she committed to her decision and didn't second guess herself for like a ton of time. And that led to a brutal fight of her with the other people. And what would you have rather, and this is kind of the point that I want to drive with this for the people learning D&D, what would you have rather watch? Her rolling damage dice 3 times or 4, yeah, 3 times to get rid of the other guys, and it's just her slitting their throats and killing them easily, or her doing this and then being entangled in a fight with them that turns out to be a lot cooler and shows off a lot more of the character's abilities, right? So this is kind of what the reason why I'm grabbing this example is there's a lot of people out there that have been playing D&D for a long time, and that they would have looked at the situation and thought, yeah, man, like, what the fuck? I would have just done that. That's a lot easier. But this led to a cool section for both the player and for the character, you know, and proved her inexperience as a farmer. That was just there, saw the big boss that ordered everything, like her house to go in flame, and just struck at the big boss, you know. And
I got to know that I killed Darian.
Yeah, so you had heard his name before. They had mentioned it was a guy that fought you. They told him to fight you on the first episode.
Oh, that's Darian.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't care about Darian.
So yeah, you know, that's kind of the point that I wanted to drive across, because people tend to be really overly critical about decisions that characters make. I mean, I find myself doing that a lot when I'm watching other people play, right? I mean, if we watch Critical Role, Dimension 20 or whatever, there's often even combat situations that they make where you're like, yeah, man, why the fuck? You know, it just makes no sense. But when you're in the fight, when you're in the thick of it, your decision-making capability is just thinking, shit, I'm here, I'm in the moment, you know? You're not being, like, the most efficient. And that still leads to really cool moments. So, I wanna say that and congratulate you, honey, on getting out of that situation and doing pretty well and going and committing to your decision, because that's the most important thing. When you were first scared, I was like, oh shit, she's not committing. But then when I saw you commit, you know, that makes me really proud, because that's you gaining confidence that whatever decision you end up making, you can find a way out, hopefully, and trusting the resources that you have, even as a level 2 character. I only know that when you make your character story, it's good to make some knives that the DM can use to stab you mid-story for character development. It spices things up. Yeah, character backgrounds. There was a time where I didn't care that much about those, because the perspective that I had was I was inviting people that I barely knew to play with me, and so I would just help them as much as I could in the character background. I would even make backgrounds for them just so that they wouldn't have more work, because they're already kind of doing me a favor of playing with me for the first time. That's kind of how I saw it, because I didn't see it, you know, I didn't see it as a valuable thing that I could provide for people. But now, this character's background is a lot more intricate, for example, than many characters in the past. Violet from Requiem's background as well, and all of the other characters. And when people actually invest a lot of time into backgrounds, that gives so much possibilities to the DM to work with, where I can intertwine their backstory into the actual story, and you get to surprise the players with that, and they get to see that development, and they get to see their character grow. But aside from the background, throwing your character's difficult decisions, moral dilemmas, or even just the moment that Gael had today with the stonemason's son, things like that allow for depth, for more depth in the character, and that stops being the player's job, and also, you know, is one of the DM's greatest jobs, is to give the players those moments and see what they do to drive their characters across many perspectives. I ranted. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah. You guys can see something about that in the one shot. Home is where the colors are.
God, that was loud.
It was one of the funnest one shots we ever done, and it's about the background of Tuna, which is a character. It's my character from the campaign before this one, and we did that one shot after the campaign, and it's about her backstory and where she came from, and it's really cool, and it's a really 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 fun one shot because it's on the Eardom, the Feywild of this world.
Indeed, in the realm of dreams. There you go. She
Realm of Dreams.
She just plugged the one shot of
Because
ours.
it's so fun. It's a really fun one shot.
Yeah, I'm proud of
I
it
had
too.
so much fun.
I'm proud of that one too. Didn't do very well though, but I'm proud of that one too. So to be a good player, just do it. If you die, you die. Yeah, that's kind of that. Okay, I'm not saying be reckless, but do it. You know, explore the situations and try to get out of them. And also, as long as that's in line with what your character is, you know, then you will be fine. As long as that's, you know, and even if it's not, if the moment calls for it, like even if your character is reserved, but one of their friends is dying and he has to be reckless, then go for it. You know, that's something you have to do. It's your friend is there. So yeah, there's tons of ways where you can be reckless, but I'm not recommending for people to be reckless. I'm just recommending people to prioritize making decisions to overanalyzing the situations to make the decisions. I only played once for 5 sessions. Well, here, let me tell you, you guys can play with me as your dungeon master. You through that link, you will be taken to a website. We can schedule a session. You obviously would have to pay for that session. Right now, I have a one shot available called the Hidden Temple of Edreg. It is a pretty cool experience. I did that last week. Maisie was a part of this paid session as well, as it was with friends of her brother. And with her brother, and everybody was satisfied. So, and there are the reviews there on the platform. So if you want to find friends to give it a one shot, which is a session that happens, you know, it's just a one-time thing, 4 to 4.5 hours, 5 hours, depending on how long you take solving some of the puzzles, because there are a few puzzles here.
Do you have the session date there? I don't know if it's because I already played, but
no, I don't have the session date there right now because I don't have any scheduled sessions as of now. I don't have anyone interested in that, but since we're doing this for the stream.
Before, when you didn't have anyone and we all
exactly, because I already had put dates that corresponded with the dates that we could be playing in. So I haven't placed any dates, any possible dates for the session. Okay, there we go. So if this is something that people are interested in, people can press request different time though. They can. So if this is something that you
have the button request different time. It's right there. It's right there.
Yes, you do have that button. That's why Johnny was mentioning it. So if you guys would like to play with
right
me
there.
And find a group to play, please. It would help that a lot. Help me a lot.
It's right there, Johnny.
All right, so no more questions, I believe. I think we can conclude today's episode, if that is indeed the case. So, first of all, I would like to thank you guys for hanging out here for Memoria Mortis. I would like to thank Missy as well for playing. Thank you, honey. I love you, and thank you for doing this with me. Yeah, next week we will not be returning with Memoria Mortis, but we might be doing something else on the Wednesday night. But we're going to take just a short little week break so that I can catch up on some world building things that I'm finishing off. But this Saturday, if you are watching this, be it on YouTube or on Twitch right now, this next Saturday, because this is going to be on YouTube tomorrow, tomorrow is the 17th of August. This Saturday, we're going to have another session of Requiem, and things are getting spicy over there, don't you think?
Wait, I don't remember. When did we stop?
You stop.
Oh, wow, right, on the
Wow, right.
on the on the lighthouse. Yeah, it's getting spicy.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dark and spicy in there.
It's getting spicy.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, I found the thing.